Hi, I'm Jesse with Proper Upkeep, a residential maintenance company.
I'm Jim Humprhey. I own Twin Cities Leasing.
And today we're going to talk about the new zoning in Minneapolis, Minneapolis 2040, and where we see opportunity for residential investors. Jim, where do you see opportunity for residential investors in the new Minneapolis zoning?
Honestly, everywhere. There's so much opportunity right now. Basically what they've done is they've taken the whole city, right, and they've converted all of the zones, which used to be R1, R1, R2, R3, R4, B1 through 4, industrial, right, your standard zones, and then density with that second number.
Okay.
Now what they've done is they've gotten rid of all of that, okay, and they've come up with 14 different zones, and essentially what they've done is they've kind of opened it up. I kind of consider it kind of like a petri dish.
All right.
And they're allowing the culture of the city to really kind of come out.
That was a good pun. Thank you.
Thank you. Every now and then I get a good one. So as an investor, what you want to focus on is, here's your baseline, right? The bottom zone, the new zone, the bottom one is interior 1. And interior 1 says you can build up to 2.5 stories and you can have 3 units on a lot. Now that used to be an R1. So that's the majority of the residential properties are typically R1 right now, or
okay.
At least they used to be. Now they're going to be at least interior 1. And it only gets better from there.
Right.
So, what you want to do is you want to find out, basically, if you own land in Minneapolis, what your zoning is right now. And if you go to 2040, you Google Minneapolis 2040, there's a PDF, I think it's like 1,200 pages. You want to go down to right around page 60 to 80, kind of right in there. It's going to talk to you about the quadrants and the new zones. So,
and what are you looking for on that page? Like what's the important information there?
I'm on a bigger scale. What I'm looking at are more of the darker colors. I'm looking for the reds, specifically Corridor 6.
Okay.
Corridor 6 is my favorite.
Why is that?
It is you can build up to 6 stories high, and you can take lots that are Corridor 6 and combine them without a variance from the city. So basically, let's say you got 2 lots that are Corridor 6, which is typically going to be a main drag. You're thinking, Broadway, Lake, and all those ones that are kind of, you want to use some of your main arteries, right? But still have street signs and stoplights on them. Now, these lots, what you can do is you can merge them together. So in the future, the land value is what I'm interested in.
Right.
And as an investor, you want to consider land value. You're going to be taxed on it some way or not. As a realtor, if you're a realtor out there and you're trying to sell property, you need to understand that the replacement cost might actually be higher than it is on the fair market value for someone to move in and live there. So if you're a realtor, you need to really, I need to do my best job for my owners. Well, do you realize that maybe that lot's worth a lot more than you realize because of the land and the location? Not necessarily the housing or the lumber that is on it.
And so it's the zoning that you're going to look at to figure out the change in your land value? Is that the connection that you're putting together here?
Well, so the idea, what the city's done here is this is how they're addressing affordable housing. Okay, they're going, all right, we want to increase supply because demand is increasing, so that should lower our price point.
Which is more residential units.
Totally.
Okay.
And Corridor 6 is they don't want a 3-unit little triplex on Corridor 6.
Right.
In fact, in Corridor 6 it says basically don't do that. Right. When you read the Minneapolis 2040 layout plan in the PDF there, it not directly, but you can kind of infer. And then when we talk about the city, which we have, they literally tell you the same thing. Don't build something small there. We expect big apartment buildings there, and that's why I view that as having the most value, is because you can build apartment complexes there, and those things cash flow a lot better because they're under one single roof.
All right. So Corridor 6 is where you can build up to 6 stories, and then is there a number of units that you can build there, or is it as many as you fit?
They haven't said that yet. They haven't come up with the exact rules. I would imagine it's just your standard kind of R4, previous R4 type zoning.
All right. So Corridor 6s have better land value, and you can build up with more units. That's a pro tip.